Okay, we're here with Pamela Petty, the Managing Director of Ebac in Newton Aycliffe. Pamela, great news last week. The £1 million bid from the Regional Growth Fund to become the first, the only manufacturer of washing machines in the UK. Fantastic news for Newton Aycliffe and the North East. Just tell us a little bit about what was involved in the bid and what you had to do.
Yeah, this is actually the second time we've applied for the funding, and we failed the first time. And basically it's a competitive bid, which means there's a deadline for it. Everybody puts their bids in all at the same time. It was oversubscribed about 4 times, and there was a pot of £1 billion available from government, and it's basically to help those areas that are suffering most in this economic downturn, and it's all about job creation. So it's really about using government money to leverage private investment. So we'll be putting around £6 or £7 million into this project as well, and it will create jobs. We'll be using the £1 million to contribute towards the capital investment. So we've got a huge investment in terms of production lines that we need to put in to be able to make the washing machines and fridge freezers.
Yeah. And you mentioned there about the other, obviously there's £1 million and you need to find another £6 million now. So I think you said to me the other day that the real work starts now. I mean, how do you go about finding the other?
Yeah, it does. A lot of it should come from capital asset finance. So banks still have quite an appetite to lend against physical things, so that they'll lend money against something that's actually got some value. So we'll get a lot of it from that, and then we'll be digging deep into our reserves and profits, and probably some of the bank loan as well. And
so, I mean, what does this actually mean for Ebac in terms of the company's expansion and job creation?
It's the only way that we can expand, and we wouldn't have gone ahead with the project without the funding from the government as well. So it's really important to us. We've got a good, strong, healthy business, but we're in markets that are now mature, so we won't get any growth from those markets. So if we want to make more jobs and become more successful, then we've got to get into something new. So this is our leap into that, into appliances, and hopefully 20 years time Ebac will be a brand name, a household brand name that everyone knows and loves for all appliances, not just washing machines and fridge freezers.
I mean, it's quite a big thing for the North East, but for little old sort of Newton Aycliffe and for little old Ebac, it's quite big. I mean, they're going to be the only manufacturer of washing machines in the UK. It's a big deal. It is.
It's a huge deal. And you know, you're right. For little old Ebac, it's fantastic. It's going to double us easily. This, but you know, put your UK hat on, and hopefully this gives a strong message to other people that we can compete. You know, we've got to add value as manufacturers, but we can compete it out there in the global economy. We can do it. We do with our dehumidifiers. We're the only manufacturer of dehumidifiers in the UK as well. All of the others are made in China. So it's just it's if I put that hat on as well, it's really important that we see this as a step in the right direction.
And for Aycliffe Business Park itself, another positive development. We've got other well-known sort of developments that are on the horizon. And I don't think we need to mention any names. No. But what does it mean for Aycliffe Business Park?
Well, it's going to create 200 jobs locally, and I'd like to think that if we actually can get more of the assembly and manufacturing done in the UK, we can start to bring some of the supply businesses back as well into the UK. So I think it's huge for Aycliffe Business Park as well.